Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and I suppose if you're watching, Gary, this video's for you as much as anyone else to have a look at my update for the spring. Now what we're looking at here in this polythene bag is my tallest tropical guava. It did flower last year and set a couple of fruits, but they didn't last on it come autumn, and I thought I would try Gary's suggestion, and that was to cover this one in a giant polythene bag because I have massive leaf loss on my guavas each year, and obviously lots of pest problems, and I thought I'll cover it with a polythene bag and see if that reduces the problem. And in fact, far from reducing the problem, it's absolutely lost every leaf. I'm going to uncover it in a minute and see if the plant's actually still alive. I think it is, no doubt. It's lost every single leaf, and unfortunately the polythene bag, and incidentally was right in front of my windows, glass kitchen windows, so it's not lack of light, but unfortunately the polythene seems to have turned it into the perfect breeding ground for an absolute mass of mealybugs that have thrived in there and probably weakened the plant even more. So I'm actually going to pull this bag off if I can do it one-handed. So I managed to pull it off with one hand. So nasty inside there, I'm actually going to throw the bag away. I don't even want to keep it. I've got loads of polythene bags anyway. Get this to come right off the top so we can actually have a look. And it is absolutely covered in mealybugs and some scale insects, and pretty much all this top growth has completely died back, which it didn't in the previous year when I didn't have the plant covered at all. So clearly covering it does not work. Now the main stem appears to be green, there's no doubt about it. It looks alive up to, I would say, about here is where it looks alive to. So in a minute I'm going to cut these shoots back, which I won't be able to do while I'm holding the phone, and then we'll have a look and see where it's green to and see what I'm left with. But it's a bit of a sad state of affairs really, but obviously if it recovers, I'm not too worried. It's just that it sets them back so much you end up getting no flowers by the time they've regrown. So it's not going to be very nice to handle all that mealybug and scale laden branches, but let's have a look and see what I can do. Right, so this is what we're left with. There's some signs of green, I believe, in the ends of the stems that I've left. Now in a minute I'm going to douse this whole plant very, very heavily with bug clear and see if we can get rid of the mealybugs, and I'm going to give it a really good watering with some Seasol and probably another plant food, and see if we can get this to recover. But that's convinced me that next year I'm not going to bother. If it survives and regrows, I'm not going to bother putting a polythene bag over it, because if anything it's made it worse than if I'd left it uncovered. It's always frustrating when these plants die back so badly. It'll obviously, I mean, it's got this whole stem here. I left it like this because this is how it was when I got it, but if it was to shoot out lower down I'd be perfectly happy, because I'd rather have a plant that's very bushy lower down. But as I said, in a minute I'll give this a very, very good soaking, drenching with that organic pesticide, which is bug clear, and we'll see what happens. I'm not even going to put it back inside the kitchen. I'm going to leave it outside, to be honest, and hope we don't get any frosts, because I think it would be better out in the fresh air. I'll remove these other canes because they're just they're in the way. It's not going to blow over because it's got no leaves on it to catch the winds, and I'm just hoping that it stays 3 or 4 degrees above freezing, but certainly there's no point putting it back inside because it's not benefiting from it. And I thought that would interest a few people, that video. As I said, it's an unknown variety of tropical guava, and they do tend to recover quite well from being cut back heavily and die back, as long as there's some life left in the plant. So obviously I'll be able to keep an eye on this and see what happens, and keep anybody who's interested updated on it. Thanks for watching the video. Please give me a thumbs up. As usual, you're welcome to share it. Please subscribe to my channel, and click on the bell if you like updates on new videos when they come out. Catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.